Hi, this is Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and today we'll be looking at the MX Master 3 mouse for Mac and Windows. It's a funky little mouse that you can use between platform devices. So in case of having multiple mice on your desktop, if you have a Mac and a keyboard at your workstation, you can literally just have this mouse alone and you'll be able to switch between two platforms very easily and control them without any problem, and it's a breeze. Logitech also do a functionality called Flow, which means you can actually drag and drop files and things between platforms, which is quite handy. But otherwise, this mouse would be perfect if you've got multiple platforms and you want to use just one device with it. So it comes in a grey colour, which is a bit odd because the actual MX keyboard is actually quite dark, and to compare the two, they look quite similar here in the light, but its actual colour is a bit like that, and this is a lot more like grey, chalky grey. So it's not quite a good combination together, but it's the same brand, it's the same thing. It's got lots of functionality, this mouse. So in comparison to the Magic Mouse, it's a behemoth. If you're into low-profile mice, this might not be for you, but it's yeah, quite wieldy if you're not used to a mouse of this kind. So, but there's lots of functionality for the Mac user, which is really handy. You've got the standard roller here, and you can feel it going into it notching between the two. But if you roll it fast enough, it will actually do like a fast scroll. It's really nice, and you can hit this button here, and it will switch between a rolling wheel and a stepping wheel. So you can feel it like lock in, whether it's done through magnets or a switch. So you have your two buttons on the front, left and right. They've got like a standard click sound, and on the side you've got a roller which will do things like horizontal scrolling, or through like Excel documents, or if you're in Word it can zoom. If you're in Photoshop you can like change the size of the brushes, which is really nice if you're a designer. So that's quite handy. You've got your kind of like front and back function buttons, which you can also assign per application. And here is like a little button here. You can see in the screen what it's doing here. This is a bit like the gesture controls for your Mac. So by tapping this button and going up and down or left or right with the mouse, it will do like a gesture. So you can tap it, hold it down and slide forward, and you can see there it's like doing like what the function buttons would do on the keyboard, between like expose and launch pad and stuff like that. So if I bring it back and if I do it down, it's actually going to work. No. So left will scroll between different views. I haven't got anyone on the right, so I can just go left, backwards, and so on. So it's quite handy. It takes some getting used to when you're used to just general gesture controls. This wheel button doesn't actually click in, so only the top one does. With my small hands, I tend to like click here, which is still possible, which is quite great. So I don't really like having my hand all the way over the top. So it's going to take some getting used to. So it's you can switch between platform at the bottom here, which is quite handy. So you've got three platforms you can switch between, like say one is your Mac, two is your PC. So you can actually just press that button there and it will actually switch between your Mac and PC, which is very handy. And you can turn the actual mice on and off as well from there. And it uses USB-C to charge it, which is quite handy. So you get a small little cable here to charge it. And you also in the box get a little Bluetooth receiver, which you have to plug into a USB slot to for the mouse to know of the PC. But if you've got Bluetooth already on your motherboard or something, you can just literally connect that to your Bluetooth receiver in your motherboard, and you don't have to worry about this dongle, which is really handy. So this works straight out the bat with the Mac, which is great. And I have a Bluetooth receiver on my motherboard on my PC, so I'll be able to try that too and see if it works seamlessly without having to use the receiver. So nice mouse. My only gripe is the color. I wish it was a little bit grayer, if I was honest. So it matches the actual same MX keyboard. Otherwise, it's a nice one, a nice mouse, and I think it'll be really handy with some Photoshop tools and see how it works with Photoshop and other applications specifically. You can assign lots of different combinations of these buttons between applications, between like Word and Premiere and Photoshop and things like that. So it's a nice mouse for multiple uses. So if you'd like to know more about this, check out our full review on CarPlayLife.com when it goes live, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.